Leadership on Demand. As always, appreciate you for tuning in. You're going to enjoy this one. Listen, the conversations are always good here with experts in their industry. But listen, we always learn. And I got this joint on for him today. I am who I am. Shout out to my homie Vano Clothing. My friends, let's welcome O'Neal Parker. My guy.
What's going on? What's going on?
Man, listen, it's you right now. Welcome to Leadership on Demand, bro. Listen, BOB for me every Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and you are who you are,
Thanks.
unapologetically, my guy. Hey, welcome Leadership on Demand, man.
Hey man,
Um,
good to be here, man.
17.7K on Clubhouse, 29, I think, thousand or so on Instagram. Who is O'Neal Parker?
Oh man, I'm a family man, of course. I'm engaged right now. Should be married at December. I'm sorry, January 3rd. My father, entrepreneur, um, give back in the community, teach the community. Uh,
Bro, did you
what
just say
else?
you're getting married January 3rd?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Absolutely. That's big, bro. Kicking the year off right.
Yeah, man, it was time, man. It was time to get that on out the way, man. I was focused on the business on first because I didn't want to get married and struggle and try to figure everything out. I wanted to get the business straight, retire myself from my job. My lady she hasn't worked since she was 23, since we had our second kid. She's 29 now. So, I had to focus on the financials, put the financials where I need to be, build our passive income up. And then I want to get married because, spending that type of money, bro, it don't make sense to me. I think it's a big liability. So I want to make sure I had enough assets so I can spend money on a liability like that.
Bro,
I hope the ladies don't, don't don't
listen,
don't don't offend, don't feel offended.
that's how men think, right? And I think there's probably people who say, because I've heard it, I'm a planner. So I love to hear what you just said. You said, listen, I want to get married to the struggle. I don't
Yes.
want to do it struggle.
Don't make sense
Bro,
to me.
I think that's smart business, and that's how um, you should think, right? Planning, but a lot of people don't plan. Some people's mindset is you'll never be ready. Why are you waiting to get married? You'll never be ready. Why are you waiting to have a baby? You'll never be ready. Well, guess what? Some of us don't want to struggle while we trying to grow.
It's whack, man. That's whack. So, everybody in my family good. Nobody working, everybody work for the company that we have. Got 3 kids. And I'm
That's
big on shrinking the wealth gap in the black community and educating our folks, man. That's pretty much me, man.
Shrinking the wealth gap, educating our folks, bro. You do it in such a masterful way, along with the whole BOB No Stingy Energy community, bro. I mean, with you and Byron and Dr. Ashley and Brian and so much knowledge packed into one place. Man, let me just run it back a minute and then we'll push it forward. You just said your family all work for the company.
Yes,
Let's talk
sir.
about the company, Equity Hub Company. Let's talk about that, bro, and how you got to a point where you set up your entire family to work in the family business. That's super lit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So I really have a few different businesses, but Equity Hub is a brand, and under that Equity Hub brand, we have not property man. We have wholesaling, acquisitions, fix and flipping. We also have a title company. Now, under my that's a brand that I share with my partner, my business partner. I also have my own companies as well. I have same thing, holding company, fix and flip company, property management, business credit, and credit repair company side. So my fiance does the credit, and she also does the property management. So the reason why I built all these businesses is because in the real estate process, you have to run through other people with all these individual businesses, like through the process. So let's just say I want to buy a house. Uh, my partner is also a realtor as well, my business partner, and I'm studying for my mortgage test, but I'm kind of nervous to take it. But that's coming next. So everything that you need to get a real estate deal done, we pretty much have it in house, right? So if you want to go buy a house, let's just say you need a mortgage lender. I'm not a mortgage lender just yet, but we know one. If you need a realtor, we got a realtor. You need a title company, we got a title company. You need a construction company to fix the house, we have that. Once you have the house, you need to put a tenant in place. You need property management, we have that. So we want to own everything that we use on the regular because why give money to everybody else if you can just keep it in house and
Own
supply jobs for other people?
everything we use on a regular. We want to
Yeah,
own everything we use on a regular. You just said holding company, wholesale company, acquisition entity, fix and flip,
yes, sir.
mortgages, credit. Bro, what I know to be true is exactly what you said. You have to interact with all of these entities anyway,
Got to.
because real estate is a team sport, right?
Yeah.
Team sport for sure. What I'm blown by though is the knowledge that's required, right? The structures, the systems, the processes that have to be developed, and your concentration on owning them all, managing them all. That's impressive. That's leadership. But talk about the holding company a little bit, right? I'm familiar with the holding company and the purpose, but talk about why you mentioned holding company first. What is a holding company, and why is that important in the midst of all of the subsidiaries?
But I got two. So when I talk holding company, I'm talking about the massive company that's at the top, right? You got your big company that everybody sees, but underneath that you have other companies that's a little bit, I ain't gonna say smaller than the holding company, but the brand is the holding company, and then underneath the brand, you have other different businesses, other legs. So the reason why you want to have that, of course, you got to speak to your accountant and all that. So we wanted to brand one thing and have other things because we don't want brand confusion. We don't want people to be like, we see you have equity hub. What is this? What is that? What is that? What is that? Why do you have all these different things? I'm confused. I don't know which way to go. So we have one place where they can get everything, every service that they need. But once they may enter into the service, it may be maybe Jet Title powered by Equity Hub or the private management company powered by Equity Hub. But every entity is different. Bank accounts different, LLCs are different, but at the end of the day, it's one brand name. We didn't want brand confusion when it comes to what we do.
Man, congratulations on the success of the businesses, because I know you are extremely successful
Thank you. Thank
at what you do. You're certified seven figures, right? Talk about it.
you. Sir, yes, sir. So my first seven figures I made at well, I became a millionaire at 25. My first actual million that I made was 27, I think 27. So when I first got into real estate or just in business in general, my first goal was I need to make at least 10,000. I need 10,000 a month. All right. Next goal was I need to make 100,000. Right. And then the next is a million. But, you know, also my net worth was my number one focus because a lot of people don't even know what a personal financial statement sheet is.
No.
So once I seen that, I was like, so this is how you truly become a millionaire. All right. So I was like, man, let me get houses that's nice with a lot of equity. So my first year in real estate, actually started my real estate business with $63. I didn't even have a laptop. $63 and
$63.
$63. So out of that 63, that turned to 2,003 weeks, 50,000 in 4 months, 182,000 my first year, and also $1.3 million worth of real estate. With the $1.3 million worth of real estate, my equity, my net worth was $473,000. So just my first year in, I'm damn near halfway of being a millionaire. So I became a millionaire at the age of 25 because I was focused on equity rather than just focused on cash. So that's when I became a millionaire. But me actually making $1 million, I was 27. Um, I was 27. Started a construction company. What was that, like 30 days after I quit my full-time job? We made six figures in the first 45 days of that business. We made I'm sorry, $1 million in the first 9 months, and we just been making money since.
O'Neal,
Yes, sir.
you just made it flow like water. It sound like it flowed like water, bro. But I know it's not that easy.
Right.
Where did and I think I heard you mention it previously, but for the sake of the interview, where does the business acumen come from? Where does the perspective, the discipline, the knowledge to seek a personal financial sheet? That comes with guidance and information and education. Where does it come from?
So for me, when it comes to that, is the environment I grew up in, right? My dad is an entrepreneur, never worked for anybody in his life. My grandpa was an entrepreneur. In the 90s, he was making $10,000 a week in a concrete company. You know, he had his own business, own concrete business. Everybody need concrete, right? Um, so just by growing up in an entrepreneurship space, my dad always talked about you don't need to use credit. Make sure you get life insurance. Bunch of different things like that. Save you money, etc. Of course, I didn't listen when it came to credit because it didn't make sense at that time. The 90s is different than now. So if I could leverage somebody else money, the bank money, I'm gonna use it to scale. So that's where it really came from, is just being around business. My father was the only African American man to ever own a building in downtown Lafayette, Louisiana. So I grew up around big buildings, bank buildings. So at the age of 12, 13, I knew I wanted to do real estate because I grew up around these big apartment buildings. I was like, man, I'm telling you, when I was 12, 13, I was asking my dad, how many people you think live in there and how much you think the rent is? I was doing calculations at the age of 12 and 13. I was like, bro, 50,000 a month, they got to be making a hell of a lot of money. That's what I want to do. So that's how I knew what I want to do. And that's where like the business mindset come from, my father and my grandpa.
Bro, that is mentorship, right? And for me, mentorship starts at home, or should at least
Yes,
start
sir.
at home. And when you think about financial education, bro, like, we don't get it. We don't get it in school. And a lot of times we don't get it at home because we don't come from successful parents, mostly in our culture, right? But my parents were entrepreneurs, both my mother and my father. Both were entrepreneurs, even my grandparents, entrepreneurs. So a lot of, to your point, right? What where my interests were. A lot of what I paid attention to was based on the environment,
Yeah.
right? And the accountability. And I think what I learned a lot was, listen, we're able to do things, right? Because we worked hard. Now, guess what you have to do? In order to be able to do things and to get the things you want, like, I thought the Jordans should just come automatically, bro. Like, what's the problem? I'm looking around. Clearly, we got money, right, O'Neal? We
Yeah.
got money. They like, listen,
That was for me.
you don't work, you don't eat. How, I mean, but how did that help you, bro? Because there's a difference between you and your peers. We can hear
Right.
it in the conversations in BOB. We can see it. The fact that not only do you own all of these companies, but I mean, you got a training course, right? I mean, you participate and produce live events. You talked about in the beginning helping to educate, right? And
Yeah.
helping people to grow and educate. Why is that important to you? Because everybody who's successful don't think it's important to reach back and educate and lift others up. Why is that important?
I say it's important because look where we are, man. We behind crazy amount compared to every other culture, right? And at the end of the day, we try to blame it on everybody else, and it's really us. So, like
Right.
you said earlier, my dad always told me, like, buy what you need, not what you want. Buy what you want when you have everything you need coming in. You have money coming in. You got assets.
Yeah.
So, us as black people, we don't care about wants. I mean, we don't care about needs. We
Needs.
want wants
Yeah.
today. We don't care about waiting. If we don't buy it today, we not lit. We don't look nice. We look poor, bro. Other people, other cultures don't care about Jordans.
Yeah.
Other
At
cultures
all.
don't care about Gucci. Other cultures don't care about Louis Vuitton. But who care about it the most? Black people that got the least amount of money.
Least amount of money.
So it's always been about, for me, less flash, more cash.
Less flash, more cash. Listen, O'Neal, we got to put that on a t-shirt like this. I am who I am. Less flash, more cash. Bro,
Right.
what will your legacy be? What are you working towards as far as your legacy?
So for me, man, the kids that I have, that's about it. Cause I mean, I ain't having no more kids. I got three. ages 8, 5, and my youngest is about to be 3 in January, right? I want them to be in a position that they don't have to work for nobody they don't want to. It's an option.
Yes, sir.
They don't have to go to college if they don't want to. It's an option. They can get anything they want if they work towards it because I showed them that. They don't have to rely on other people. They have all the resources they need.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, you pick what you want to do and you go ahead and take off and do it. You don't have to uh, have a lack of resources. You don't have to have that excuse. You don't have to have a lack of education. You don't need that excuse. So at the end of the day, I want everybody that I'm attached to be able to do what they want to do. Right now, everybody, all my friends, everybody that works for me, everybody owns their own house. Nobody rents that's around me because it doesn't make sense. If
Wow,
you
that's
can give me my
accountability. I love that. Nobody rents. You can't even be in my space if you got a
don't make
rental
sense.
mentality.
That's it. We don't rent apartments, we own apartments. You know what
Damn
I'm
straight.
saying? It's even employees, like the employees, they got their own houses. They may not come
I
that
love
way
that.
when they enter the building, but within that first year, you're gonna have your own stuff
Love that.
because it's a mentality. You know what I'm
Is a
saying?
mentality. Absolutely.
Like for the people that works for us that live in the Philippines, we ask them, how much do you need to live the best life you can in your area? All right. You need 5 to 1,000 a month, whatever that is. All right. Let me show you how much work you need to put in so you can get that goal. If you're working with us, your goal is to live the best you can for yourself and your family. We want your kids to go to the best schools in your area. We want you to live in the best areas in your area. How much income do you need per month to do that? And we're gonna make that happen. But it's up to you to do that. We can't want more for you than you want for yourself. We need to show you
Woo!
have the same goals. I'm gonna provide everything you need, but it's up to you to do the work. Your family counting on you, we counting on you. But it's a dream, it's a team effort, right? And that's what we do.
Don't just let that breathe for a minute because wow.
Yeah, we can't nobody around us, man. Nobody.
Wow.
That don't have the right mentality.
I've heard a lot of things, bro. I work with a lot of leaders, a lot of successful leaders. As a matter of fact, we share a few people in common because Clubhouse is so powerful. But we share a relationship in common right there in Lafayette, Louisiana, by way of the CEO of KOK Wings and Things, right, Corey McCoy.
Yeah.
Work with Corey, Coach Corey, and the one thing about it is accountability. Corey works very well with the team that he builds. And, Corey is one of many young leaders who's doing very well, like yourself. But I've never heard a CEO of any company, big box or small business, ask an employee, how much money do you need to live your best life? Let me show you the blueprint to make that happen. That blows my freaking mind, bro, because if every leader of every organization took that mindset, took that approach, because I know what it does for your business, bro, without you even saying it, there would be zero attrition. Nobody would freaking leave.
We
O'Neal,
don't
nobody would leave.
we don't have high turnover in our business. A lot
How
of
could
people
you? How
a lot
could
of
you?
people say, man, we run through VAs, we run through 10 VAs a year. Man, we have the same VAs we started with. We just fired 2 people in the last 2 weeks because their mentality wasn't there.
They still wanted to rent.
That's it. And you know what's crazy? Those 2 people, still life was different. We had a 19-year-old, he was paying for his own college. He was making the most money in his house. We have another girl, her house burnt, she's building her own house.
That
So
so O'Neal. See,
girls
see, this
even
is
better than
crazy.
they can. Our
Listen,
goal is to
wow.
let you know, give you all the tools you need. If you're with us in the next 5 years or you're not with us, you can say, hey, I learned from the guys at Equity Hub. My life is better. I want more, I expect more, and I'm gonna do more. That's what we do.
I want more. I expect more. So I'm gonna do more. I
Don't
want
settle
more.
for less.
I expect more. So I'm gonna do more. And I'm gonna say it one more time. I want more. I expect more. So I'm gonna do more. Listen, if you're watching right now and you're feeling like you got stuck energy, if I didn't ask O'Neal another question, you already got what you need from this session. Right? If you want more, you got to expect more and you got to do more. O'Neal,
Right.
that's leadership to me, bro. Top to bottom, A to Z, and it's unusual. It's unusual leadership, but it's exactly who you are, bro, and it's why I'm drawn, and I got so much love and respect for you because even when you're live on Clubhouse, like you don't hold back with just asking the real questions, getting right to it. And I know it's not just you. You know, we got a lot of entertainment rooms. A lot of people ask questions for entertainment. Like you ain't even playing.
Yeah.
You're not even playing. You can hear that, right? If you want more, you got to expect more, and you got to do more. And you're all about that accountability with your questions and how you carry the room. Have you always been a leader? Have you always felt
Yeah.
like a leader?
Yeah. So for me, I mostly lead by what I do. I'm not really a voice leader because they have a lot of people out there that can speak leadership, but they're not actually doing
Doing
leadership.
it. They're not doing it.
So I actually show people what I do, and people look at the blueprint and follow. Like I built my first house at 21. I bought my first second,
Built
my
your
second
first
house.
house at 21.
Built my first house at 21. I bought my second personal residence at 23. That's the house I'm living in right now. I bought 13 rental houses in my first year being in real estate. I've been in business credit since 2017. I got the facts to prove all that. I've been having life insurance since 2000 and I don't know, since I was 18, whatever year that was. My kids have life insurance. I can prove all that. I have facts with everything. So when it comes to my leadership, I can show you what I do. I don't speak on what I do. So my leadership is different than a lot of people because I actually have a blueprint of what I do. You know what I'm saying? Like
Facts.
a lot of people speak this, but they don't do this. Like
Let's
they
do it.
everything you telling me, it sounds amazing, but you have no facts and no proof of what you're telling me. So why would I listen to you?
Right. And you say it all the time, bro. You mean it with all your heart, and we believe it. Listen, we are talking to real estate mogul, O'Neal Parker, and this has been great, bro. With all of the leadership, all of the businesses, got to come with some stress. And I hear you speak to the stress, but the one thing I can say, bro, you cool as hell. You cool as
Appreciate
hell whether it's going good, whether it's crazy, or whether it's going bad. Like you still real cool about it. How do you handle stress? How would you describe that?
bro. For me, it's like I'm not really stressed about situations because at the end of the day, if a lot of heat come on, let's get it. Let's go to work.
Let's
Like
get it done.
I like having I like my back against the wall. That's just me because it makes me work harder. It makes me achieve the goal a lot faster. Because
Yeah.
if if you're not if your back is never against the wall, you're not growing. So for me, if I'm back against the wall every month, that means I'm growing to the next level every month. So stress really doesn't bother me at the end of the day. What's the problem? Shit, let's solve it. Let's get it. I'm a problem solver. That's what I do.
Right.
So
Right.
for me, high stress is cool because it shows me that I'm doing something great. So it don't really bother me. If I'm not stressing, I'm not doing nothing. You know what I'm
You
saying?
said if your back is not against the wall, you're not growing.
Exactly. You
Yeah,
think about it. If you
absolutely.
comfortable at the house,
Yeah.
you chilling.
Chilling.
I mean, everything is at peace. That's a problem.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know?
Because you could be chilling and it can appear that everything is at peace, but what's really happening if you chilling? And that's something we got to catch ourselves with, right? Because often we respond like, "What you doing, O'Neal? I'm chilling."
Yep. Yep. And you gotta think about it. If you just chilling, that mean everybody that works for you chilling. That mean everybody's comfortable. If you have
Comfortable.
no issues in your business, everybody's comfortable. Nobody's doing nothing extra because no issues is popping up.
Yeah.
Issues should be popping up all the time if you going to the next level
If
because
you're
you're
going to
reaching
the
a
next level,
that you never been before, so you can't figure out what's going on.
today as leaders, we should be comfortable with those issues popping up because as leaders, our number one job should be to problem solve.
Growth, problem solving, growth.
And growth because you can't grow without problem solving, right? It
Yes.
goes hand in hand. O'Neal, if somebody was to write an autobiography on you, like what would the title be?
Uh, that's a good question. Oh man, I don't know, man. I don't know. I say, amazing man that never stops growing and always pours into other people. 'Cause
I
that's
mean,
what I
which
do.
would be in real life. Like
What I do.
that's real life, bro.
Yeah. I don't talk much, but I listen a lot and I do a lot. Cause I don't like just talking for no reason. I want to hear what you're saying and I'm apply it. Like for
That's me.
me, if something is intriguing to me, I'm gonna take action on it immediately. That's how I am. So I always like how where I am today is for me listening to older people that's
Yeah,
at where I want to be. Like
yeah.
my circle when I first started, it was not people. Like when I first started in real estate, I was 22, turning 23. My peers at the time was not even in their 20s, 30s, or 40s or 50s. They was in their 60s and 70s.
Wow, that's wisdom. We don't understand how to leverage wisdom, bro.
Yeah, well, like why would I hang around people that's not where I want to be and can't give me the information that I need? I'm
Right.
going straight to the top.
Of
Let
course.
me know how you got to where you got to, and I'm about to
Right.
do it right now. I'm gonna show
Damn
you
straight.
what I can do. I'm not about to tell you shit. I'm gonna ask you questions, and I'm about to go do it. I'm
Right.
not gonna keep asking you A to Z. I'm gonna ask you A. Once I learn A, I'm gonna learn how to get to B. And if I struggle to get to C, I'm gonna go back and ask you. I'm not gonna keep talking to you every day because I'm not working. You know, you get what I'm saying? You
Right.
tell me something, I'm gonna go research it on my own, and I'm gonna put in work. And that's what I did.
Massive action taker,
That's
clearly.
what I am. That's
And
what I am.
action takers are
Yeah.
clearly money makers, my guy.
Exactly. You know how
Clearly.
people like if they're reading a book, they gotta read the whole book. Not me. I'm gonna read chapter one and I'm gonna apply what's in chapter one. Because if I read the whole book, I'm gonna forget what's in chapter one, two, and three, and I'm gonna only remember the last thing I read. And that shit don't make no sense.
Hey, listen, I think it's the one thing I love about you, bro, is your honesty, right? You like listen, listen. I don't like reading.
I don't. I read
Hey,
my first book cover to cover at 23. Like ever. I never read a book cover to cover until I was 23.
that's wild. So I'm going to ask you this, bro, because you're extremely successful and you got a strategy to knowledge. So it's not that you don't read, you read in a way that works for you. So I'm going to ask you this, like, what are your top podcasts that you listening to? Because I'm not a reader unless I have to, but I'm more so into audiobooks, bro. Tons of audiobooks. What are you
Yeah.
listening to, O'Neal?
I listen to of course Earn Your Leisure, gotta listen to them. Shout out to them. I
Yeah,
listen to
absolutely.
man, I listen to a lot of different podcasts, man. I listen to Bigger Pockets. I listen to what is it? What's that guy name? Millionaire Mindset. What is not Todd, Xavier Miller. You
Okay.
know, I listen to a lot of different things, man. It just depends on the mood, depends on what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get into a new business, I'm gonna focus on that. So it just depends on what's going on at that time for
Yeah,
me.
so let's talk about your podcast a little bit, and I think you support too, right? Clearly, No Stingy Energy, popular podcast, part of Business Over Breakfast. But you also have the Real Shit Real Estate podcast. Let's talk about
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we started the Real Shit Real Estate podcast because a lot of podcasts that you go on, they ask the same thing. How'd you start? You know, what do you do now? What is your biggest struggles or whatever? We want to know the nitty gritty, the real stuff. So, like, talk to me about what you did when you couldn't get approved for that loan. Talk to me how you get into real estate and your credit sucks. Like, how do you actually buy houses?
it. Right.
You know, that's the stuff we want to hear. Talk
Right.
about your worst story, not your best story, because we can all learn from your worst story. You know, everybody hear good stuff all the time. Everybody hear glorified stories on Instagram, YouTube.
Glorified stories.
Let's
Yes.
talk about your worst deal. Uh, if it didn't close, why didn't it close? So we can all learn from that situation. That's what we want to know. That's why it's called real shit real estate, because we want to know the real facts of the business that you're in. We don't want to know the highlights because we see the highlights every day. We want to hear behind the scenes, we want to hear your struggles, and we want to hear how you can help the community that we have grow to the next level.
The growth is in the struggles. The,
Yes,
the,
sir.
the, the, the true lessons are tied in and tangled up in the things that we are uncomfortable talking about, right? And I'll even add, like, the things that you're uncomfortable talking about are the things that you can monetize. But we stay in that stuck, fearful energy, right? Hey, talk about your mentorship program, man, because I respect the fact that you all give away tons and tons and tons. I'm talking tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of information in your space 3 days a week. Talk about your mentorship program, how people can connect, as well as your training course.
Gotcha, gotcha. So my mentorship group, you can get that on neilparker.com. That's ONEIL.com. And I actually teach you the real estate business of what I do. I don't focus on one thing. I focus on everything that you need to get to the highest level. So within that mentorship group, I created 4 millionaires and 2 multimillionaires, right? So I teach you how to find a deal, how to analyze a deal, and what once you analyze it, what you're gonna do with it. Are you gonna wholesale it? Are you gonna keep it as a rental? Are you gonna do a bird? Are you gonna do a flip? So within that, you need everything. You need a contractor, you need a lender, you need to know how to find these deals, where to find these deals. You need to know how to actually talk to these people on the phone. You need to learn how to skip trace these people. So I teach all those different things when it comes to real estate, and I also teach construction. I teach business credit. I teach corporate credit, business credit, corporate credit, and I also teach the management side. Like once you have all this in place, how do you manage it? So I teach all those different things on the course. Like I mean, on the website it says it's 8 weeks, but it's really 10 to 12, and it's a lifetime thing because everything that I teach, you cannot get that. You're not gonna understand all of it the
Yeah.
first time. So once you come into my mentorship group, you family, just like the people that live in my house. So you're gonna stay around until you reach where you want to be. So you get in it once, and you're in it forever. And I do live, and I do my mentorship live. It's not pre-recorded. So I do it probably like once a quarter. I get a new class. But let's just say you join in January. If you still around in August, man, come on. You know, I want to hold your hand to success. So like I said, within that program, 4 millionaires and 2 multimillionaires.
Congratulations, man. Listen, clearly you're the real deal. You're the real deal. But O'Neil, what is one thing you have not accomplished in the midst of all of the accomplishments and successes? What's one thing you still have yet to accomplish?
Um, that's a great question, man. That's a great question. I haven't made $1 million in a month yet.
A million
and
in a wow, a million in a month.
Yeah, haven't made 1 million in a
That's a
month.
huge goal.
Yeah, and haven't
What is
helped
that?
enough.
Wait. What the hell does that look like? What does it take to make $1 million a month in your vision of $1 million a month?
Take a lot of work, a lot of effort. I'm definitely not there yet, but I want to be. You gotta have the right people in your team.
Yes.
Team gotta be at the capacity to handle what you want. Right now, we cannot handle the million a month. Right? We did 200. We did 260. We need to get to that 500. I need to build a team to get to that 500 mark. I can't expect the team I have now to go to $1 million. It's just not reality. So I gotta wait. Not wait, but I gotta scale to that $1 million. And let's just say I got 12 employees now. It doesn't make sense for me to hire another 12 to try to reach 1 million because then it's just gonna be a lot of dysfunction within that. So we gotta hire people slowly, put them in the process, put them in the culture that we have, grow the culture, and then we can hit the $1 million a month. I already know we're gonna do it.
Hey, and I know you're gonna do it too because anything that you focus on, clearly you get done. You said you
Always.
won't read the full book. You read the first chapter and you go make it happen. You man, listen, this has been dynamic. And O'Neil, I gotta bring you back, bro, because every time you say something, it pops up another question. So, in a few weeks, sometime maybe 2023, I want to get back on your schedule to get you back here, man. You said $1 million a month. I just want the audience to understand and process what you said, right? That's not a pie in the sky pipe dream goal. That's a real target, a real goal, right? And in order to be at $1 million a month, did y'all hear what he said? He said he's already done 10,000 a month. He's done 25,000 a month. He's done 50. He's done 100, 150, right? 200 a month, right? He's working towards 100. You said a $500,000 a month. up to $1 million a month. What gets focused on gets done. Is that not right, O'Neal? What gets focused on gets done.
Eliminate the distraction, man. Focus on what you got to do. Too many people want to party and hang out. That shit ain't making you no money. It's not helping your family. Ain't helping nobody but the person that own the club. If you don't own the club, don't go to the club. That's the only time I'm
If
going.
you don't own the club, don't go. That's tight, but it's right. It's right. Listen, you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to enjoy yourself. But speaking of that, like, what does a multimillionaire who's still grinding just as hard, right, as if he wasn't a multimillionaire? What is the most adventurous thing you've ever done, my guy?
Travel, man. Travel, see different stuff around the world. So I like to travel for inspiration. Like where I live in Lafayette, Louisiana, like I can't. Well, I can, but I'm trying to go see some stuff that I've never seen before.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see houses I've never seen before because it inspires me to want that. So like once I see it, it's like stuck in my head. Like shit, I got to get back to work. I'm not making enough money to even be here. You know,
that's the
like
inspiration.
why I'm mad is like it's cool, but it's not that. I want that.
Yeah.
So
So give
like
us a place. Give us the name of a destination that you have gone, because I love what you just said. You was like, damn, it cost a lot a night to even be here. Where did you go where you was like, wait a minute, it costs too much to even be here?
yeah, I went to I remember like shit, this is like right after I quit my job. It was my fiance's birthday. She was like, let's go to Napa Valley. I was like, man, Napa
Napa.
Valley.
Napa.
I said, shit.
Yeah.
I said, all
Yeah.
right, let's go. And we went to Napa Valley, but you gotta think about it, bro. It's older white people, wine
Bougie,
drinkers.
bougie, brother.
We the only black people there, bro. And
Bougie,
then
bougie.
youngest, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I think at the time it was like 27, 28. Like, I think 27. Like, we're not
Yeah.
supposed to be here, you know? So first you gotta embrace in the moment, like all the work we've done to get here, and then how can we go to the next level? You
Right.
feel me? Cause like, look what we had, like full of white people that's like 50, 60. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta
You
appreciate the
knew you
moment.
were on a different level. Being
Yeah,
there,
yeah,
you knew.
yeah, for sure, for sure,
Yeah.
for sure. That's the type of environments I like to put myself in because again, it puts my back against the wall. Like, bro, I ain't making no money compared to these people.
Yeah.
So I like to be in rooms that I'm uncomfortable in. I have questions. I gotta figure out like, what are y'all doing? You know what I'm saying? That's the best rooms to be in where you're making the least amount of money, not the most amount of money. A lot of people like to be in rooms where they the man, they superior. But I'm not trying to be in a room like that. Now, sometimes I need
Yeah.
to educate people, to train people, things like that. But on the regular, if I'm trying to grow, I can't be around people that's, making less money than me. But you still learn from those people as well. But for me to really go to the next level, I gotta be around people that's like making what I make in a day. You know what I'm saying? What I make in a month, they make in a day. I need to be around them because they're gonna force me to grow. They're gonna tell me the things I need to do to get to that next level. And then people that makes a lot of money, they will never hold back on the information if they see you trying to take the information. They won't because they see you put in the effort to do more and do more. You put in the effort to do more and you want more. They're gonna give you the game. And that's why when I first started 23, I was around 60 and 70-year-old people because they pulled me in.
Yeah.
Like when I first started, I didn't have no mentorship group. I actually learned real estate strictly off of YouTube and going to real estate meetup that cost $10 a month. We would have a meeting like 6 to 8. Then after that, they would have another meeting. Would be like 10 people, all white people and me. They said, "Look, man, come with us. We'll go to another place." That's how I learned the game, man. Paying $10 and being intentional about the time that I had.
And those $10 meetups are still happening right now because they happen in Atlanta. And YouTube is free and accessible even at your public library if you don't have an internet connection, right? So what I've heard is zero excuses. Zero excuses. $63
Yes,
took
sir.
took my guy O'Neal Parker straight to the moon. O'Neal, as we wind this thing down, bro, and this has been a master class you served up here, man. I really want to help 21-year-olds, 25-year-olds. We got to give them some juice. They're trying to tap into the industry. they're trying to build their own homes. They might not be able to build it by 21, but maybe a 15-year-old who's watching this can build their own home by the age of 21. What can somebody, you said you ask your employees how much money you want to make in a whole nother country, right? To live your best life. So we gonna ask, folks right here, and I'm gonna answer for them, like, how much do you want to make, right? To live your best life. So I'm hearing, in my head, I want to make $25,000 a month, but I'm gonna cut that in half, right? To somebody's average. I want to make $10,000 a month, $12,000 a month. Let's lowball it. O'Neal, how can someone who's trying to break into the industry at 18, 19, 20 make $12,000 a month?
Boom. It's easy, man. So it's really not about the numbers, about your mindset. You can make 12,000 all day, but if I put 12,000 in your hand, if your mindset is not the right spot, you just made the most money you ever made in a month. So what you gonna do? You're gonna blow it. If your mindset is not in the right spot, you make 12,000, you invest 10,000 back into your business, you pay yourself 2, and now the next month you're making 15. So the first thing is always, how could I get my mindset in the right spot for me to handle the things that I'm about to step into? How can I handle the life that I'm about to go into? How could I handle the mature conversations? How do I know how to answer the right questions when I'm in the right rooms? So that is the first thing. How could I get my mindset mature to the next level? Because a lot of people mindset is not where it need to be. So we see it all the time. People win 50,000, 30,000 from the lottery. Where the money go? Gone.
Done. And in a matter of years, bro, millions in a matter of, I think they say 2 years on average is gone.
Out of there. Because their mindset is not where it needs to be. You have the money, but you're not ready to have that amount of money. You have to have your mental right to obtain that amount of money. Because if you can't handle that amount of money, you can't even grow the money. So there's no point in you even getting the money.
And that's the key. The key is not to just get the money, but it's to grow the money.
It's to grow and scale the money.
Yeah.
If you're not ready to do that, none of this shit. So first things first is to be around people who you want to be like and not who you like.
Ooh.
Right? Be around the people who
that's a good one right there, bro.
Yeah, bro. Because at the age between 15 and 20, 21 is all about being popular, being the man. Man, fuck all that. Get your bag, bro. Get you a one, if you want a lady, get you a lady that understands you and where you want to go. If she's on the same page, keep her. If she's not,
let her go.
I love you, but you don't align with what I'm trying to do.
That's right.
And you got to be serious about that. Like for me, I've been with the same girl since I was a sophomore in high school. I remember we went to church. Wow. We was like 17, 18, maybe 19. The pastor was like, if you can, write down everything you want in the next 10 years. Everything on that list has been accomplished, but us being married, and that's about to be accomplished next month. Because I was intentional with my time and I was intentional with my goals, and I let her know we're about to hit all this shit. Yeah. But we got to sacrifice. We're not about to get married right now because it doesn't make sense. We will get married eventually, but you got to believe in me and what I have and what we're about to do. She hasn't worked since she was 23. She's 29, about to be 30. I got 3 kids, man. Most 99.8 people not going to do that. Like, they got people that's 40, 50, got 3 kids still trying to figure it out. We doing all this shit on one income.
Plan, bro. You had a plan.
Yeah. So you have to make a plan for what you want now and later, and you got to hit the ground running, and you got to take your life serious because we don't have that much time on this earth. We don't. Like, my brother died when I was 14. He was 17. That taught me that I got to go hard every day because I never know if I'm going to make it the next day.
Yeah.
Like, people take advantage of life every day. Every day people take advantage of time. Like, they bullshit, man. They playing the game. They playing the PS5. They going to the bar. Like, come on, bro.
Come on, bro.
The last time I had a PlayStation, I was fucking 14, 15, and I was buying them and flipping them. I wasn't playing the game. Come on, bro. I just bought one recently, but it's for my kids. It's not for me.
It's for my kids. Like, somebody just brought a damn PlayStation for themselves right now and they 37.
Like, come on, bro.
Yeah.
You don't even know. you don't need a PlayStation because first, you probably don't even own the apartment that you're in, or you don't even own
Uh-oh.
you don't own
Uh-oh.
it. So why are you buying it?
Uh-oh.
You know what I'm saying? That $800 that it costs, it should have went to fixing your credit.
Yeah.
But
Oh
but
man.
but people think that the things that I need is not important. I can do that later. Let me get what I want. No, focus on your needs. Fix your credit.
Yeah.
Get your money up. Get life insurance, right? Because you may die. You gonna put it on your parents. You gonna put it on your siblings to pay for your funeral. Funerals expensive, man. They're
Hey,
not as cheap as they used to be.
right, but I think what you just said about the insurance piece is extremely important. Most of our community don't have insurance, specifically life insurance, and we don't think it's important, right? We even will say something as crazy as like, "I won't even be here no more." Like, why do I have to worry about it? And I cringe when I hear that because that sounds real selfish to
It is.
me. Talk about why life insurance is important for every individual, not just in our community, but in life.
Right. So life insurance is very important, but you got to think about once you get life insurance, the beneficiaries who you have on that paper. If you're not pointing to those people, letting them know, hey, you're a beneficiary of my life insurance, you will get $2 million. If you don't have a plan or will of what they need to do with that 2 million, it doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
So if you're gonna get life insurance, it has to be a circle of people that you trust and a circle of people that's ready to go to the next level and had the mindset that once I get this money, I know what to do because that's a start to the generational wealth. That's a cheat code. What do you
it's a
think? What do
major
you think other cultures do? They get big, huge life insurance policies and they pass that shit on to the next person. That's how you become an instant multimillionaire overnight. But again, if your mind is not ready to handle that money, you don't know what to do. You're gonna blow it, and you're gonna mess up the generational wealth for everybody. That's how you really build your family's name. You put your name at the top, and everything just falls under. And you started that because you educated everybody underneath, and that's how you do it. And I always want to tell people, get it as soon as you can because the younger you are, the cheaper it is. So get as much as you can afford. Man, TM, that's my biggest bill right now is life insurance
life insurance.
because it's important. My father taught me about it, and I buy it every year. I buy more and more and more because
Wow.
it's important. I'm not settling on the insurance I bought 5 years ago. I need more. I need more because my assets grow, my mindset grows, and the people that's on the beneficiary list, their mindset grows as well. So we need more money.
I'll tell you something. You just triggered something in me, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. But O'Neal, I've not gone back and looked at the amount on my insurance policy in 10 years, bro. And what
Man,
you just said
not
is
enough, man.
real,
Time
dude.
has changed.
Everything has grown. Everything is grown. Everything is bigger. And so I never thought to go back and to readjust and to get more. Listen,
Too.
this has been dynamic. We've been talking to real estate mogul O'Neal Parker, bro. You've laid it down. Co-founder, Business Over Breakfast. Co-founder, Real Shit Real Estate. Listen, 17,000 on Clubhouse. 20 is it 29 or 27,000 on Instagram?
Might be 27, I think. Oh,
Yeah, maybe 27, almost 28,000 on Instagram. He's the CEO of the Equity Hub Company out of Lafayette, Louisiana. Listen, follow him, Google him, go back and listen to this because if you weren't writing the things down, you need to go back and write some stuff down. You gave away major juice today, bro, major strategies.
appreciate it.
It's just much love, my guy. I am who I am, O'Neal Parker.
Yes, sir.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
peace, brother.
Hey, man, I appreciate being here and being with y'all community, man.
Thank you, bro. Have a great day, man. Thanks for your time.
Likewise.